I should call these frozen meals the people's champ because we've been doing frozen meals. It's been a while since we've been back around to it, but Devour was the one that so many people said was like one of the best ones. So I got 4 of them. There's so many of these that I could just do like an entire week of Devour meals, but I picked 4 that sounded pretty interesting. I tried to get a pretty decent variety. Now there's 2 different types of Devour meals. There's these and then there's the big bowl, but price wise, these, depending on where you get them from, I've seen them anywhere between $3 and $4. So they're pretty decently priced for what people are gassing these up as. The bigger bowl is usually around $5, but it's like a bigger version of the same types of meals. But there's 4 in total today. We don't got that many. I've actually already heated them up. I have my my Cook Unity. I don't want to lift it up, but my Cook Unity bag is filled with these already. So let's get into this video. So the first one up is the pesto ravioli with spicy Italian sausage. It says it is a tender ravioli filled with ricotta cheese and a classic basil and extra virgin olive oil pesto sauce, topped with Parmesan cheese and Italian sausage. 670 calories, 37 grams of fat, 1,180 milligrams of sodium, 55 grams of carbs, and 30 grams of protein. We've been doing so many of these meal prep that I don't even know how I'm going to feel about this because this is obviously like going to be somewhat of a downgrade, right? But here we go. Pesto ravioli. That was the biggest save. I have a paper towel on my table and it's right on a paper towel. I'd have been mad. I need a sausage. Pause. What's on the inside of these? Ricotta cheese? I think the pesto is very hit or miss because there's like pesto, but it also feels like pesto mixed with oil, which is kind of redundant because pesto has oil, but it almost feels like there's too much of it in here. I'm going to get one more. I wouldn't get this one again. The ravioli is okay. You got these little pieces of sausage in here that feel like Jimmy Dean's, like little breakfast crumbles. And, you know, the sauce is kind of F for me. Kind of a letdown from one that people have been gassing up a lot, but we all have different taste buds. I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 10. Next up, we have by far the most requested one out of the Devour meals, which is the buffalo style. They've had to make sure they put style in there for some reason. That's never a good sign. Chicken, mac, and cheese. Pasta shells in a creamy buffalo style cheddar cheese sauce with crispy breaded white meat, chicken, and rich blue cheese. You know, I know somebody that doesn't like blue cheese, so they like love buffalo stuff, and they always have to ask for it without. But a lot of people never take it out when they order things, and they get mad because of that. I feel like buffalo and blue cheese kind of go together, but they despise blue cheese. I think it's because they think it's mold, but anyway. That was my yap. That makes no difference for this video type of thing going on here. Hot. This one, I would do again. I would definitely do again. Yeah. There's pieces of crispy breaded chicken. It ain't crispy. I'm sure maybe, can you oven these? No, this is microwave only. My type of people. I like that. So the chicken's not crispy, but it feels like when you take crispy chicken and microwave it. But the buffalo blue cheese sauce and the mac and cheese is really creamy, and it's a good balance of the two. And there's a lot of shells in here. This one, what is it, $3.50? One of the better frozen meals you'll get. I'm going to give this a 9. For sure, a keeper. This was the one people gassed up the most, and I can see why. It's very good. Next up, we have this weird-looking slop that you see in front of you, but this is their smokehouse meat and potatoes with chicken, sausage, and bacon. Tender white meat chicken in a sweet and smoky Memphis-style barbecue sauce loaded with applewood smoked bacon and smoked sausage over roasted potatoes, corn, and red peppers. Now, I didn't stir it in the thing that you're seeing. This looks a little better now that you stir it, and it does have a very heavy barbecue sauce smell to this. It looked a lot worse before I stirred it. I'm going to try to turn this without screwing this up, but it doesn't look bad. It's frozen meal, and you always have to put that in the context. It's so hot. Chicken? This is surprisingly good. Like, there's a lot going on in here, but it's very sweet, salty, smoky with the bacon, the barbecue sauce, and the sausage is actually really good. Smoky. with that sweet barbecue sauce and the corn and the peppers. This looked like crap, but it tastes good. Okay. I don't know if it's because the little diced potatoes or something. Maybe I would have liked this if it was served with like rice or pasta or something, but potatoes work. I like this a lot. And I'm shocked that I do because it doesn't look appetizing, but it tastes very good. Again, for a frozen meal. And I'm going to give this an 8. Did not see that coming. And finally, we have tortellini Alfredo with Italian sausage. It's just tortellini pasta stuffed with cheese and a creamy Alfredo sauce with juicy Italian sausage. Yeah, I know. Pause. Ayo. I know. Anyway, this Alfredo sauce looks pretty good for like all the ones we've done, and we've done Alfredo in every single one of these meals, so I wanted to make sure I included it, but 3 out of 4. I don't know. It's the pesto sauce screwed up that first one, because this is legit the same sausage that was in the first one. I don't really care because the Alfredo sauce is really nice. And the tortellini is a little bit smaller. But again, I'm comparing this to like the frozen Alfredo sauces I got. It's really not bad at all. It's a ton of it. It's very creamy. And with the tortellini, it's literally the same meal with a better sauce. And I'll just leave it at that. Which would definitely bring it up from that 4 to about a 7.5. These are good, besides, just don't get the pesto one. So what do I think of Devour meals? I'm going to be honest with you. People gassed it up, and then I had that first one, and I was like, oh, y'all BS me. I could definitely see why these are so popular for people who want like the frozen meals. One, they're fairly priced for frozen meals these days. I mean, we've seen some that are like the cheap ones down to like $1, and then some are like $6, $7, and this is like between 3 and 4. I've seen like $3.29, $3.69, somewhere around there, and that works for me. And then a lot of the pastas have very creamy, hearty types of sauces with a lot of different types of proteins in them. So if I'm a person who's just looking for a frozen food in a pinch and you want something for like $3.50, that's one of the better tasting ones. I can definitely see how. I could easily do like 4 or 5 videos on this. If you want, I don't know how much people care about this, but drop your favorite Devour meals. If I didn't do one of them, maybe we'll do a part 2 with the ones that you guys like, because no one suggested that pesto, and rightfully so. The other ones were actually suggested. So I'm impressed for frozen meals. Now, we got a lot more coming on the way. I got another meal prep service on the way. One that was very requested again. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And as always, there's no outro on this channel, which is now the outro on this channel.